Hey guys, welcome back to Fleet Footed. It's your boy Tosin. This is not going to be a long episode because as you can see, I'm not wearing a hat. Now you got my big head, in its bold glory, right? And it's biblical. In biblical times, when people were going through a period of, like struggling and fasting and stuff, you know what they do? They basically wear sackcloth and cut their hair and like mourn in sackcloth and ashes, basically. So I guess given Arsenal's recent form, that's essentially what's going on. But nah, that's not what's going on. I'm just messing. Now, all being said, it seems like it's doom and gloom at Arsenal, but I'm gonna be that annoying person that refuses to get down. And don't get me twisted, guys. I've been tempted to be down about Arsenal against Southampton, watching the whole game. It was weird because I was just like, cool. Like, Arsenal need to win this. Honestly, this is just me. I just wanted to be honest and be open. Like, probably this was the same thing with the players. My mind was on the Man City match. I was thinking, okay, cool. Let's just get this match out the way. Like, City is the match I want to play. See us. I want to see Arsenal tested, blah, blah, blah. But that's the problem. That's the issue. You got to beat what's in front of you. You got to turn up, show up. And I think that's what was in these players' minds. I felt like probably their mind was on Man City as opposed to actually just taking care of Southampton. I must have read something. I think apparently, I saw it on Instagram. I don't know whether it's true or not. Mikel Antonio was saying basically he's got friends who are insiders at Arsenal or something. And about how all season, Arsenal have just been focused on their own game, themselves. But for the first time, he said his friend, who's an insider at Arsenal, has basically seen that a lot of people are now talking more about Man City, City's form, how well City's form are doing. Whether or not that's true, we have just got to focus on what's in front of us. You can only beat what's in front of you. There's no point worrying about Man City or what they're going to do. Look, this is them. They're juggernaut. They're going to do what they need to do. I believe if Arsenal just focused on what we had to do, what we needed to do, I don't know if it's true or not, but we'd have collected points. So, yeah, wasn't a good day out Friday against Southampton. Let's start there. 3-3 against Southampton. Alcaraz got the first goal, howler by Ramsdale. Imitating De Gea, against Sevilla. Second goal was actually a pretty good goal from Southampton, but it's just shocking defending from Arsenal. Third goal, shocking for Southampton by where Chaleta Sarr comes on and scores. Shocking defending. But Martinelli scored a great goal. Great work from Saka. Great finish by Martinelli. Ødegaard scored a great goal as well. I'll touch on his performance, and of course, who else? Bukayo Saka scored the equalizer to essentially rescue the game for us. And arguably, Arsenal should have gone on to win it. We had the chances, but it just wasn't to be, right? First off, in the context of the title race, that's definitely 2 points lost. Yes, I'm going to be positive. To come from 3-1 down with 7 minutes of normal time left, plus 8 minutes of extra time, so total 15 minutes. It's great character from the boys, because a lot of fans, shame on you as well, were leaving, right? I get it. Probably sad, emotional, Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. But it's character, because if we lost to Southampton, definitely title race over. But the fact is, Arsenal were 2 goals down with 7 minutes of normal time to go. And they equalised, basically. My thing is, where was that performance all game? Why didn't I see that performance from the start? It's weird because the past 2 weeks, people have been talking complacency. I feel like this was the very, instead of pressure. And I agree. Pressure is what we did last season when you go and you go away to St. James Park, you go away to White Hart Lane and the atmosphere kills you. You lose your head. You get a man sent off. You don't play. You don't create chances. Anfield, as hot as it is, we played. London Stadium, we played football. We played our football. We scored good goals. So I'm sorry for all of these guys screaming pressure, pressure. Those two games weren't pressure, but I think this game you could see definitely there was pressure. I don't think I feel like pressure more in terms of just our minds wasn't really on the. You could tell the players' minds, their mentality wasn't on just doing what they need to do and beating Southampton. Because when we actually finally just said, okay, you know what, let's just start playing football. Let's move to this team. Within like the last 15 minutes, like you were almost surprised that despite the fact that Arsenal were 2-0 down, they didn't win it. And we should have won it because we had the chances. So when we actually focused on playing football against Southampton, they played well, but they're the bottom team in the Premier League for a reason. We were slicing and dicing them. That's not to take away from how well they played. Lavia balled out in central midfield, if you ask me. The whole game changed for Southampton when he went off the pitch. Probably double agent for Man City because he's on loan on them. But yeah, it was just a slow start from Arsenal. And I think that's all down to mentality. What was going on in our minds, you know. Some individual performances that weren't good. Like, for example, Thomas Partey. He was trying in the match, but I felt like the past two games, he's been off. He's been off. Don't know what it is. Is it maybe the lack of composure, or maybe Saliba covering his back when he loses the ball? I don't know. But like he's been off the past two games. I'm just hoping he rediscovers like his mojo because he's been such an integral player for Arsenal this season. And I feel like when he dictates the tempo for us in our midfield, and when he's off it, it's very, very evident, right? Massive gaps in midfield. Slow start, and one thing I want to talk about is Arsenal's off the ball structure. I feel like it's crazy, but we are so open now. Like it's mad. We are legit so open, and I'm trying to put my finger on what on earth is causing this. I don't mean like like if you watch Arsenal, and this is not just, yes, Saliba's a big miss. I'll get to that, but even when Saliba was playing, we did this against Sporting Lisbon, home and away. Did this against Bournemouth. We did this against Bournemouth. Like when we're playing teams, like even Bournemouth when they were 1-0 up, that first half, several times they counted on us. They were in. All it took was like within two passes, they were in, and it was just their final ball that let them down. And even after Saliba got injured, Leeds, we beat them 4-1, but the first half again, several times they counted on us. And it wasn't hard. I feel like one of the good things Arsenal did well at the start of the season is offensively we've been great, but defensively, the amount of effort that we've been putting in, that players getting back into positions quickly, you know, like our high press. I feel like we're losing that, and it's either Arteta needs to change something, or we got to go back to doing what has helped us be successful this season, but really do it well. So yeah, it was just a slow, turgid start, and I really think that's what contributed to the goals. And again as well, the Saliba miss. Like Saliba's a big miss. Like him, I'm gonna make a confession. Him and Ødegaard, like I know they've been good. They've been good for Arsenal this season, but I feel like in my head I sort of downplayed their importance and significance to the team. Why do I say that? Because I feel like partnerships as for centre backs are so important. You think about great centre-back pairings, Puyol and PK, Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. You think about Carvalho and Terry. You know, like these are Kolo Touré and Sol Campbell. Like strong centre-back pairings are so like when one of them goes out, like it's noticeable. It has an impact on the other. And like I made a claim, and I still stand by it, that Gabriel is Arsenal's best centre-back. But wow. I thought the gap between Gabriel and like it was clear, but no. Saliba is not that far behind Gabriel now. Like Saliba is just such a like he's only 21, but the guy is such an important player for Arsenal. Hopefully we tie him down. We need to like the guy is so important for Arsenal because I feel like not only has he got the speed but he adds a composure. And in a way, it's like I've not really known. Like Gabriel's an aggressive defender, and it's two sides of a coin. That aggression is good, but that aggression easily turns into rash decisions, which Gabriel does a lot. And I feel like when Saliba's not playing, it heightens the lack of composure in Gabriel's game. So Saliba's been a massive miss. So there's just a lot of things going on. So we need nothing short of a miracle on Wednesday, but I still believe it's possible for that miracle to happen. And in the game as well, Saka and Martinelli. What can you say? What can you say about these guys? The first under 21 players since Wayne Rooney and Ronaldo to each register 20 goal involvement to the Premier League. Like, come on. These guys are phenomenal. They're so crucial to the way Arsenal play offensively. We attack through them, through their one-on-one ability, beating their man. Again, it's so funny. I had a guy, I have a guy, I consider him a friend. He knows who he is. Well, I'm saying he's my online friend because he just randomly messaged me, talking to me, mouthing off about Bukayo Saka because I wanted to make a comment on the Saka-Foden debate. I think the results and the performances speak for themselves. But it's funny. He didn't talk to me when Saka was doing bits for England. He didn't talk to me when Saka was scoring goals. He didn't talk to me all of this. He didn't talk to me. He was silent. Guess when he starts talking to me? When Saka misses a penalty against West Ham. Oh, yes, it's me again. Foden this, Saka this, big game bottler. I'm like, bro, relax. What was that? Bukayo Saka scored another goal that either equalized for us or puts us ahead. Shock. How many times has he done that this season? I'm not even going to dignify the messages with a response. Saka's performances tell me are enough of my answers. But these guys are just so important to Arsenal. And honestly, they were the shining light of the Southampton performance. Which was weird because Gabriel Jesus played, and the first half he was anonymous. Second half he wasn't anonymous, but he had so many chances and he should have really put him away. Now, I'm going to back my boy Gabby because you love him. What you see is what you get. We knew what we were signing. Gabriel Jesus is not Erling Haaland. He's not a super prolific goal scorer for Arsenal. Van Persie. He's not that. But what he is, he's an Eduardo. Actually, even Eduardo was a great finisher. And to be fair, Van Persie was actually kind of like this for Arsenal. He only stepped up in his finishing when he was played more in the central role for Arsenal consistently. And he leveled up in terms of his goal output. So it's not over for Gabby, because Gabby's 26, 27. He's still got time to up it in his games. But I give him 10 chances out of 10. He's probably out of 10 chances. He's probably only putting away five or six. Which at the start of the season when we weren't in like pressure cooker, everyone scoring goals isn't a problem, but like in games now like this in fine margins, we need those goals. So I'm hoping for Gabby to get among the goals because we need him. He needs to start. He's an important player for Arsenal and he really needs to start, but he needs to start getting goals. So there were a lot of things. Holding as well. I spoke about last week. Positionally, you just see it. He just like for the second goal when Alcaraz gets on the ball, he just dropped. He's near him, touch typed him, then he just drops deep. Why, bro? Stay close to him. And but we spoke about it last week. He doesn't want to He's just so resistant to playing that high line. So I think it's something that the team has got to work. I trust Arteta. I'm gonna back him. I'm going to back our manager. He knows what he's doing. But they need to work on this, man, because it's a bit mad. A few more things from the Southampton match, right? By the way, Southampton played well. Lavia played really good. I loved Theo Walcott's finish. It was annoying. I was angry, but I appreciate that as just a football fan. I appreciate the goal. The run was beautiful and the finish was expert, right? The third goal was awful defending. One thing I wanted to highlight is Zinchenko. Zinchenko, I love your passion. I get it. You've got a lot of energy, a lot of vim to give. But bro, you are not the captain. Martin Ødegaard is the captain. Let him set the tone. I feel like Zinchenko's emotional energy is good to get the crowd going and whatnot. But I feel like Southampton, we didn't need get the crowd going, that huddle up. What we needed is guys, relax. Let's just play our football. And I really feel like that's where Ødegaard stepped up in the last 10 minutes. I feel like that's when he just got on the ball. He's like, give me the ball. Guys, kid, come. Let's play football. Goals, chances. So, Zinny, I love you, my guy, but you are not the captain. Let Ødegaard lead the team. There's only one captain on the pitch, not two. There's only one central leader on the pitch. Let Odegaard do his thing, right? Enough said on that. I still think Zinny should start. He's been coming in for a bunch of stick, but I'd like to see these fans honestly say, a hand on their heart, that without Zinchenko, we'd still be doing as well as we've done this season. We wouldn't be. He's been such an integral part to the way we play. We've got to back him, even though he's not been playing the best defensively, right? Who else? I've mentioned Thomas Partey. Also, Xhaka was a big miss. Why is no one saying that? Xhaka is, wow, like physicality, bite in midfield, also pressing with Odegaard. He's such a big miss for Arsenal. So I really hope he plays against Man City. So it wasn't a great day out, but ultimately, a point is better than not. A point is better than losing 3-1, especially to the bottom team in the Premier League. But one thing I will say is this, right? Because this is not going to be a long show. Is it over for Arsenal? Absolutely not. Is it impossible for Arsenal to win the league? Absolutely not. Is it extremely difficult? Absolutely yes. And one of the things I kept saying to myself as I was watching the Southampton match is that, man, like, we just want, I guess Arsenal could have done it the easy way, but we're just going to have to do it the hard way. We're going to need to go to the Etihad and win. We're going to need to go to St. James Park and win. And you know what? I said it last week. If Arsenal are the team that us fans have been saying all season, this team is different, they are going to go and show themselves as men, basically. It's difficult, not going to lie to you guys. And I had moments, honestly tempted to be like, oh man, back to the drawing board and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, it's not over. It's difficult, but just because it's difficult doesn't mean I'm going to quit on believing the team can do this. Why? And it actually reminds me of the scripture that I wanted to share in terms of for today's spiritual context. So the scripture is Romans chapter 5 verses 3-5. It simply says, suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, character hope. One of the things that here said a lot about Arsenal, it's the false hope that kills you. I massively disagree with that statement. When on earth how does hope kill? Hope doesn't kill. Cynicism doesn't. Cynicism is what kills. I would rather live my life hopeful for things than live my life expecting nothing and having nothing happen. That's more miserable. I would much rather live my life hopeful, expecting for good things to happen. Yeah, am I going to get disappointments? Of course I am. That's part and parcel of life. But trust me, a lot of good things are going to happen because of my mindset and my mentality. What we need right now as fans, Arsenal fans, is perseverance. Why quit on the team? And one of the things, it's interesting, like this team, the way they've played this season, they actually deserve for us to persevere with them. They deserve it. They deserve for us to stick it out to the very, very last minute. It's not over. Why can't Arsenal beat City at the Etihad? I know we've not won there in 2015, but 2015 FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. But you know what's interesting? I was there in person. That was a great season for me. You know, like, it wasn't a great season for me in terms of the Premier League because that was the first season. That was the season I finally got my hands on a season ticket, going to as many Arsenal games as possible, away games. I think the season before I went to Bayern Munich when we got battered. But, bad memory. But yeah, I remember going to that semi-final. No one gave us a chance. Yes, I know it's cup football. It's one game. Anything can happen. But no one gave us a chance. And I remember that run. I remember, like, no one gave us a chance against Man City. And we balled out and we beat them. And they were winning 1-0. Aguero scored the goal just before half-time. But Monreal scored. And then Sanchez scored, I believe, in extra time. And we beat them. You know, we knocked them out. Right? And then no one gave us a chance against Chelsea. Conte's record-breaking team that revolutionized the Premier League and took it by storm with 3-4-3. Costa moving mad. Hazard moving mad. Victor Moses moving mad. Alonso moving mad. Fabregas moving mad. That was a strong... Kante moving mad. That was a strong team. But yet Arsenal played and we balled out against them. I even remember before that game we had an injury to our best defender, Koscielny. He wasn't playing. It was Mertesacker, and Mertesacker came in out of nowhere to step in and play. Mertesacker and Holden, and we put in a great performance. So if if it was possible then with a bit of hope, why is it impossible to beat Man City? It's not impossible. We just got to persevere. What I see in myself a lot, and what I see is just we just don't want to persevere. All right, we want Arsenal to have cushy points. No, persevere. It's still not over. It's difficult. It's painful. It's tough. It's dreary. It can be a bit demoralizing, but it's still not over. The question is, you gonna persevere or you gonna quit? And the mad thing is, perseverance it's a holistic thing. A lack of perseverance in one area equals a lack of perseverance in several areas. This is something that I really want to take for myself, because I found myself, oh man, Arsenal. But I actually sort of had to think, wait, Tosin, this is the mindset you can have in just life in general. When things are difficult, you just don't want to persevere. You just want it quick, easy. If it's not quick, easy, if it's not ideal, if it's not going the way you expected, that's life. You know, Arsenal should have beaten West Ham. We should have beaten Southampton. We didn't. That's life. But it's not over. I'm gonna back the boys, and I honestly encourage every Arsenal fan to. We gotta back this team, back them to the very end. Persevere. Hope isn't what kills you. It's a lack of hope that kills you. Persevere. Okay, so what? So what? We didn't get the results. Persevere. Persevere. Just trust. Persevere. Keep believing. Why give up now? We've gone all season long believing in this team. Are we really going to give up now? Nah. We can go to the Etihad and win, but we got to take the game to Man City. Honestly, the only way we see that, we need a miracle. And I'm not ashamed to admit, the way we beat Man City is character, but miracle. We need a miracle. But we got to go there. We got to play our game. I don't know what... I had an idea of playing 3-4-3, maybe make us a bit more solid. Put Gabriel centre back, put Tierney left centre back, put Ben White right centre back. Sorry, Holden. It's not that you've been bad, but like we just need more stability. Put them three at the back. Put Saka right wing back. Put Partey and Xhaka in the middle. Put Zinchenko left wing back. Put Martinelli and Ødegaard in front of the midfield, and then put Jesus in front of Ødegaard and Martinelli. Which is a bit harsh because Trossard has been so good. There must be a way to get him involved in the game. Maybe he can even play centre mid with Ødegaard if Xhaka's not fit. I hope Xhaka's fit. But like, I would love to see. If only there was a way we could get 12 players on the pitch, because Trossard has been so good. But it's just, I'm struggling to see who he comes in for. I refuse. I'm not starting. I think we got to start Jesus. We should not start Trossard. As good as he's been, that physical battle for a guy as small as Jesus, he's really, really deceptively strong. And I want him playing. I want him being a nuisance. So for me, as good as Trossard was when he came off the bench, he needs to start off the bench so he can be a good bench option for Arsenal. So, Zinchenko needs to start. Yes, it's time. You know, Wednesday's going to be, it's Arsenal's biggest match. It's our biggest match since 2004 Invincible season. It's our biggest match since 2006 Paris Champions League final. Like, it's all, and we're coming in actually as underdogs, you know, because City, they have the initiative now. They win their 2 games in hand, they go top. So maybe that might actually help us. Maybe the pressure may not necessarily be on us. We just got to go there, play our football, and really stick it on them, you know. So I'm hoping. I'm living on hope. I'm living on hope, but we see from the scripture I shared, hope is non-existent without perseverance. It's suffering that produces perseverance that leads to character, and then you get hope. If you're not willing to persevere, you're not gonna have hope, and that's what I see with myself. I really want to encourage the fans, just persevere with the team. You've believed all season, back him right now, back him to the very end, and let's see what happens. If Man City beat us on, that's a big if. If they beat us on Wednesday and they beat us, then okay, cool. That's 3 times they've played us. FA Cup, they've beaten us. At our ground, they've beaten us. At their ground, they've beaten us. Okay, they've proven. Okay, even though you've played good this season, Arsenal, we are the best team in England. We're the best. But fine. If they beat us, okay, cool. I'm going to resign. Okay, cool. City genuinely are better than Arsenal this season. They deserve to win the league, blah, 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 blah. But if that doesn't happen, I'm going to keep believing. So, yeah, I urge you guys to do the same too. So don't quit. Persevere. It's perseverance season. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share for today, guys. Let's hope that we can get a great result on Wednesday. Gooners, it's a must win. So before I close off, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And lastly as well, I'm going to put the link into today's episode. Please, 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 for all who are willing to and able to, please donate to my Just Giving page. Me and my wife are going to do a walk from London to Brighton. About over 230 people watched the last video. If every person who watched the video went on the link and donated a $5, I'd be able to raise enough for me to take what's been raised to my workplace, and they do a matching where they double whatever I raise. So like anything you give, honestly, will really be appreciated. It will really be appreciated for a cause that's really close to my heart. So I'm gonna put the link in there. Any donations would be appreciated. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully Arsenal win, and I'll see you guys after. Take care. Bye.